And I prayed to God to make me strong and able to fight. And that's what I've always prayed for ever since. God's time is always near. He gave me my strength and He set the North Star in the heavens. He means I should be free. I am at peace with God and all mankind. Oh, Lord, You've been with me in 6 troubles. Don't desert me in the 7th. It wasn't me, it was the Lord. I always told Him, I trust to You. I don't know where to go or what to do, but I expect You to lead me, and He always did. I can't die but once. You'll be free or die. The sun came up like gold through the trees and I felt like I was in heaven. Marcus Garvey had in their times, we just had a more vulnerable enemy. Slave parents lived in abject terror of separation from their children. Quakers are almost as good as colored. They call themselves friends and you can trust them every time. I said to the Lord, I'm going to hold steady onto You, and I know You will see me through. Always remember, You have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. I had crossed the line, I was free, but there was no one to welcome me to the land of freedom. I was a stranger in a strange land. Pairs like my heart go flutter, flutter, and then they may say, peace, peace, as much as they likes. I know it's going to be war. Quakers almost as good as colored. They call themselves friends and you can trust them every time. I had 2 sisters carried away in a chain gang. One of them left 2 children. We were always uneasy. I have heard their groans and sighs and seen their tears, and I would give every drop of blood in my veins to free them. Don't ever stop. Keep going. If you want a taste of freedom, keep going. I would fight for my liberty so long as my strength lasted, and if the time came for me to go, the Lord would let them take me. Farewell, old master, don't think hard of me. I'm going on to Canada, where all the slaves are free. I think slavery is the next thing to hell. If a person would send another into bondage, he would, it appears to me, be bad enough to send him into hell if he could. Slavery is the next thing to hell. I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew they were slaves. I think there's many a slaveholder'll get to heaven. They don't know better. They act up to the light they have. Now that I've been freed, I know what a dreadful condition slavery is. Now I've been free, I know what dreadful condition slavery is. I have seen hundreds of escaped slaves, but I never saw one who was willing to go back and be a slave. I was the conductor of the Underground Railroad for 8 years, and I can say what most conductors can't say. I never ran my train off the track and I never lost a passenger. Stop searching for happiness in the same place you lost it. Change is not dismantling the old, it's building the new. I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. I never ran my train off the track, and I never lost a passenger. I was the most famous conductor on the Underground Railroad. When I found I had crossed that line, I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. There was such a glory over everything. The majority of slaves struggled against the tide of indifference to their desires. They engineered love matches and cemented unions with ceremonies. I love all of the African Americans like they are my children. I would fight for my liberty so long as my strength lasted, and if the time came for me to go, the Lord would let them take me. I grew up like a neglected weed, ignorant of liberty, having no experience of it. I've seen the real thing, and I don't want to see it on no stage or in no theater. I had reasoned this out in my mind. There was one of 2 things I had a right to, liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other, for no man should take me alive. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Change is not dismantling the old, it's building the new. The Lord who told me to take care of my people meant me to do it just as long as I live, and so I did what he told me. I never lost a passenger. Never wound a snake, kill it. Marriages among slaves could be grand and festive. Lord, I'm going to hold steady onto you and you've got to see me through. Appears like I prayed all the time about my work. Everywhere, I prayed and groaned to the Lord.